Well, we always say retirement is a journey, one that you shouldn't have to navigate solo. So that is why every week here on The Right Path to Retirement, we turn to financial advisor Jimmy Lynn, certified financial planner and the founder of Right Path Wealth Management right here in Las Vegas. All right, Jimmy, let's get into it, shall we?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. We talk a lot on this show about how retirement strategies evolve and how what made sense 10 or 15 years ago might not be the best fit today. And that idea really stood out to me when I saw a new study this week that asked financial advisors if they are adjusting retirement plans for our current economy. Now, about 65%, Jimmy, said yes, and many of them are using a strategy they've never used before, an annuity. So I'm wondering, Jimmy, if you can talk to us about what it is about the annuity that's appealing to retirees today, where it might not have been 10 years ago, because we know they've gotten a bad rap in the past. So talk to us about what's changed here.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, annuities have historically gotten a bad rap just because they were designed pretty poorly, I would say 20, 30 years ago. And, people just remember what they've heard, around the water cooler. But essentially, it used to be that insurance carriers would sell people on the dream of lifetime income. But what they didn't sometimes realize, or the person that got into the annuity, was that once they handed over, a portion of their retirement account, say $200,000 or $300,000 for that lifetime income, that they were in this contract where if the next day they stepped out in the street and this big bus knocked them over, well, if they passed away that day, then everything that they had put into that account is gone. There's nothing left for the heirs. That was not the best design. So these days, a combination of a better designed product in these income annuities where they do provide benefits to a surviving spouse, let's say, or account values that can be passed on to the heirs. It provides them with more flexibility and just allows them to solve for more things, not only income, but also estate planning, legacy planning. The other thing, Casey, quite frankly, is right now, because of the interest rate environment we're in, not to get kind of nerdy in this, but these income annuities, as well as these growth annuities that we can talk about a little bit, but they're all oftentimes designed based on the interest rate environment. And the higher the interest rate environments, they just perform better. And we all know that interest rates are high right now and they were supposed to come down, but they look like they may be ticking up. So it's a combination of things that make this kind of a golden age for the annuities in general as part of the retirement plan.
So would you say that the rise in popularity of annuities as a retirement tool, is that more about the product itself changing, or is that more about the retiree's mindset kind of changing? Or maybe is it a little bit of a combination of both?
I think you hit it right on the head. It's a combination of both. I mean, they've been designed much, much better to not have that commitment and be able to solve for different things like lifetime income, but also assist in long-term care benefits, which a lot of retirees just do not have a plan for. So they've been designed better, but also I think that advisors have done a better job of educating people, because annuities used to be just a dirty word,
right,
just because of the way they were designed in the past.
Yeah.
But nowadays, it's our job as advisors to advise and to educate. And so we lead with that and helping people understand what an annuity is and what it isn't. And I'm very upfront with all the people we work with. Annuities are not the solution for everybody. But I think that annuities are a solution for much more people than they think. Many people think that annuity is not for them. But then when you kind of take the word annuity out and just tell them the pluses and minuses of them, they realize that it may be the one missing piece in their retirement plan. So it's important to go into these conversations with an open mind, because they are designed so differently right now. And the rise of popularity for these has really given these carriers the opportunity to redesign them in a way that can provide a lot of value for people and solve a problem, because retirement planning is all about solving problems. It's a big puzzle, and there's different pieces that fit in that plan. And that is really where we try to come into play, to be that educator and be that problem solver is what we like to think we are in retirement. So we'd love to do that for a lot of the listeners out there if they're trying to learn more about annuities, or just try to figure out, like, how do I fill this income gap? I know I'm getting some stuff from Social Security, but how do I make sure that I solve for lifetime income without relying on the stock market. Well, there's ways to do that. So I'd love to chat with anyone that just wants to have a conversation about this. You can get on my calendar to have that conversation, 702-744-8344, and love to chat with you about that.
So you mentioned, Jimmy, how annuities, of course, are controversial. That word kind of used to be a bad word, a dirty word. And you said, a lot of people, the way they were designed, a lot of people think it's still, you invest all your money, you step out, you get hit by a bus, you lose all that investment. So is that the biggest myth about annuities that no longer applies? Or are there some more myths out there that people are still misunderstanding about annuities today?
There's other myths as well. I mean, there's things like one of the popular types of annuities that exists and still exists is variable annuities. Variable annuities was a way to actually participate directly into the stock market while also providing for lifetime income later down in life. The problem we see, we're not huge fans of variable annuities, is that it has market exposure. Your account value can go up and down based on the market's performance. And there's a ton of embedded fees in these as we've seen them. When we review them, we see fees ranging, between 2 to 4%. So they're all going to be different, but that's one of the big ones that we see as well. And we do a lot of reviews of these variable annuities. We're able to show people, through reports that are not created by us, but we use firms like Morningstar, where we can show people their variable annuity, how it's performed historically, the type of risk that they're exposed to, and the type of embedded fees that they're paying. And so those are a lot of things that we're able to probably replace with annuities that are a better fit for their situation. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, it's not only the bus hitting you, but it's also the fees that you're paying and the loss of your principal. And those are a lot of things that we solve for, because we think that as you get into retirement, more of your money should probably be in a place that cannot lose value. And when you're looking at those variable annuities, that's the number one culprit in our minds as far as market exposure that might not be necessary, as well as high embedded fees. So we love looking at those and giving reviews on those as well.
That is going to do it for us this week here on The Right Path to Retirement. But Jimmy and I will be back next week with more retirement insight for Las Vegas. But until then, Jimmy, I'm going to hand it back over to you to take us out today, my friend.
Yeah, I just wanted to thank everyone for listening. Stay cool, and please give us a call if we could be of any help.
Insurance products are offered through the insurance business Right Path Wealth Management. Right Path Wealth Management is also an investment advisory practice that offers products and services through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, a registered investment advisor. IPW does not offer insurance products. The insurance products offered by Right Path Wealth Management are not subject to investment advisory requirements. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. Any reference to the protection, safety, or lifetime income generally refer to fixed insurance products, never securities or investments. Insurance guarantees are backed by the financial strength and claims paying ability of the issuing carrier. This radio podcast is intended for informational purposes only. It's not intended to be used as the sole basis for financial decision, nor should it be construed as advice designed to meet the particular needs of an individual situation. Right Path Wealth Management is not permitted to offer, and no statement made during the show shall constitute tax or legal advice. Our firm is not affiliated with or endorsed by the U.S. government or any governmental agency. The information and opinions contained herein provided by third parties have been obtained from sources believed to be reliable, but accuracy and completeness cannot be guaranteed by Right Path Wealth Management.
Market Guard is a firm that provides investment signals as well as portfolio allocation recommendations, wide variety of model portfolios. Market Guard does not offer advice or enter into fiduciary relationships.